Hello Aries, this is Joe and I'm going to do your mid-June 2020 speed reading. This is an intuitive reading, so it's not for everybody. It won't resonate or fit with everybody. I'm going to do a quick spread and we are going to see what is going on. This is a general reading, so it could be about anything at all. We did have a card pop out here. Usually I flip them over when we get started, but you have Come to the Edge. Which is a great card. I love it. It's about daring to dream. It's about pursuing magical things, chasing your dreams. All kinds of magic comes from this card. I love this card. That popped out, so we are going to leave that up and we're going to leave that one down and we're going to see what's going on. So let's pull some cards. I've already shuffled the cards ahead of time to save some time for the reading. I'd like to keep this video to 10 minutes max with the reading a total of about 5 minutes. Alright, that's our first card. Second card. And I'll make sure the cards are all visible before we get started for you. So I don't know, I get this that Tom Petty song, Free Falling. What is going on with you, Aries? And it's a good feeling. It feels light. We'll see if that lines up with what the cards say, though. And we have one more here. Ooh, Seven of Wands. Let's see where this goes, huh? Bottom of the deck. What's on the bottom of the deck? We have the Seven of Cups. Overactive imagination is the first thing that comes to me. I read cards intuitively before I apply the traditional meaning to them. So with that said, I feel like there's this overactive imagination going on, and it might just be because there's been a lot of conflict and a lot of struggle to get to where you're at, and there might have been some kind of adversarial situation that has kind of maybe pushed you to your limit a little bit. But I think you've broken away from that. You're breaking free from that. But I do feel like your imagination is maybe a little bit in overdrive. And I don't want to say this in a negative way, but it's almost like there were so many things going on. It was a kind of curious paranoia, and that's not, stay with me here, that's not in a negative sense. To me, it's just trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. And there's so many plausible could be so many plausible reasons why things were happening the way they were happening. And so I think your mind maybe was in overdrive and just going at things every different angle, trying to dissect what the heck was going on. So to me, intuitively, the Seven of Cups talks about having this overactive imagination and your mind just going to different places, trying to figure and sort things out. You have mending here, so this is represents repairing some conflict and trying to fix some things, some relationships or a relationship with somebody. So whatever you had going on going into mid-June, I think mid-June is going to be about trying to repair and fix a relationship or fix some misunderstanding. And the Seven of Wands, though, this is you persevering in the situation. It wasn't pleasant, but you persevered and you did overcome whatever drama was going on in your recent past. You did overcome it. You came out on top because I feel like you were on the side of truth. So let's see what you're thinking. Mid-June, what is on your mind? King of Wands. Aries, you are a fire sign. And you know, this is great, a great place for you to be in. Honesty, dedication, loyalty. These are all the qualities of the King of Wands, and so I think that to you is what is most important in this situation. And perhaps you feel like you may have broken bread with somebody that didn't share the same qualities that you had hoped. So we're going to dig in this a little bit more, though, and see if we can clarify some of this. But before we do that, you have the Emperor in your feelings. What are you feeling? The Emperor. Emperor is major arcana, so this is a significant card to me. The Emperor is a card of authority is one thing that comes to mind in the traditional sense of the tarot, but I feel like this is having an epiphany, a realization, and I think you you really are attached to. I think this represents an attachment to this situation in a way that is not a traditional meaning in the sense of the tarot. I think this represents having some power over the situation, but I don't think this is. I don't think this is necessarily the traditional meaning here, and I'm trying to kind of find the words for what I'm seeing in my mind. But I feel like you have an attachment to this situation because there's something at stake that is very important to you, and it might be something that affects your stability, I guess, is what I'm really trying to get at here. And I don't know, I get this kind of weird feeling with this Emperor card, and so I'm probably going to clarify it in a minute, but I want to look at what's in your shadow side. This card could represent what you fear the most, what you want the most. It could represent subconscious thoughts and feelings and any number of things, and it's the World. And the World is the end of the major arcana. It's a completion. I think you want things to settle down and come to an end, but not an ending in the sense of the Death card, but you want things to get to a place of neutrality, where there isn't pushing and pulling, where there isn't anything that's adversarial, where there isn't any conflict, where there isn't any arguments, where there isn't any kind of grudges. And I kind of feel like that this is really a lot what this might be about, because to me this Emperor just has this feeling of superiority, but in a weird kind of way with asserting some dominance over a situation. And I think that makes sense to me because you have the Seven of Wands. You had to fight for your position in this situation. And this isn't about love, and this isn't about that type of relationship. I feel like this could be some kind of family type relationship. It could be somebody in your family. It could be a sibling. It could be a parent. It could be anybody like that. It could be just a friend or a group of friends. But I feel like you've had to assert your dominance over a situation, and it's kind of broken things down. And there's this feeling of like this, maybe there was this paranoia about gossip, or people kind of trying to turn some people against you, or some kind of weird vibe I get from this reading. And usually I get things pretty clearly when I start going through the cards, so I'm going to have to clarify some of this. But this Mending card comes out, and it's saying that you want this to end. You want to fix what's broken with whoever you're involved with. So the outcome is death, and I talked about death. This is an end to that situation, so that's good. This makes me feel a little bit better and a little less nervous about this reading, because there is this element of conspiracy or conspiring, or maybe you felt that way. Maybe you felt that whoever it is that you were not getting along with, you might have felt like there was some conspiring or there was some kind of alignment against you, and that very well may be true. And so that's why I was thinking that there's this feeling of overactive imagination. But I'm going to pull a card for the Emperor because I kind of want to know more, because this is in the space of what you're feeling, like where you hold your feelings, and you know, things of that nature. I have no idea what that might have been. My cat making that loud noise. But you have the Six of Pentacles. So you might have been owed something and didn't get what you were owed from somebody, and maybe that's where this feeling of superiority comes in. Like you were in the right, no matter what has happened. You were in the right. Like you had the high ground in this, Aries, and I kind of feel like this is like a quick end to this situation, though. Somehow this comes to an end, and I think this comes to an end because you are willing to just forgive whatever is owed to you, or you're willing to forgive in this situation in its entirety for the sake of just putting an end to it. I've gone well over the 5 minutes because this is a really strange reading to me. It's like kind of a it just feels like it was like a lot of twists and turns, a wild ride, a lot of gossip, a lot of drama, and a lot of you coming out on top, though. And I do like this mending card because to me it tells me that there's very high probability that these relationships will be fixed, and people will be able to come back together and bury the hatchet. You have come to the edge. So come to the edge is about this is an extra card that came out. This is about creativity and about pursuing your passion and doing daring things. And I think this might be an extra message for you here to whatever you are afraid to just jump into spontaneously. I think this is saying that there's maybe an element of spontaneity in the middle of June that may catch you by surprise, and whatever it is, it's a good thing. So if something comes your way and you feel like jumping into something out of the blue, I think it's a good sign to go ahead and do that. And with that said, Aries, we are going to close this out. Five of Swords, though, again, that was the last one I was going to pull. That Five of Swords is you know, that Five of Swords is about you know, it could be about something being taken from you. It could be about someone taking an unfair advantage over you, and I do feel you were owed something, and I don't feel like you're getting back what you were owed, but I think you're okay with it. You just want an end to this situation. It feels very chaotic. With that said, I'm going to end it here, Aries. Let me know if this is you, because this feels very specific, so it's probably not going to be for very many people, but I'm okay with that. I would rather have a reading be for one person or fit with a few people than have one that's just so overly general that you could apply it to anybody. So let's just end it here, and I'm going to say have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, leave me a thumbs up.